Hello, everyone. It's me, Steph, and I'm going to discuss my task for reading development. Reading is one aspect of language skills that must be mastered by the student. Reading skills are necessary for learners in acquiring knowledge and new information. To be able to interpret and absorb information from reading material, students should have a good understanding ability. Reading comprehension is required in each course because each task is inseparable from the act of reading. The goal of developing task analysis procedures is to make in-depth analysis of different aspects of reading in order to pinpoint where the problems in comprehension arise during the transition period. To improve students' reading skills, the instructor develops suitable tasks to achieve the desired learning goals. The instructor will use the reading material The Necklace, a short story by Guy de Maupassant, as an input for the target learners. It is designed and intended for tertiary students. The target learners are second language speakers of English. They are eloquent, have strong linguistic skills, and good memory for spoken information, which a good prospect for the task. In this task design, the instructor aims to devise tasks that focuses on students' fluency, where read sufficient accuracy and fluency to support comprehension. Demonstrate fluency in an oral reading by showing expression and acknowledging punctuations. Reading in English with increased confidence and fluency through exposure to level appropriate texts. Vocabulary. Able to build vocabulary by reading, determine the meaning of unknown and multiple meaning words and phrases based on reading content. Activate and reinforce lexical skills. Next is comprehension. Recognize the reasonable predictions of future events within the given context. Identify and interpret the main incidents of a plot. Apply targeted skills and strategies to interact in a communicative post-reading task. So the task design for fluency is a reader's theater. The reading material is The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. Why use reader's theater? Because it promotes fluency. It helps readers to learn read aloud with expression. It helps build reading confidence. The procedures for the reader's theater is the class will choose a reading piece that can be divided into parts or characters. The students will team up into 6 members. The students will each be assigned a role. Once they have a role, they need to read and practice their parts several times. Provide time for the students to read the script and rehearse as a group. Encourage students to create props to establish the setting. Lastly, the students will read aloud and perform for an audience. So the students' role for readers' theater are students are expected to rehearse their assigned script to develop automaticity and prosody. Read thorough the script, modeling appropriate volume, accuracy, and expression. Members of the group cooperate with each other during rehearsal time. The teacher's role for readers' theater are A key element in the success of this approach is the teacher, who has a role of facilitating and promoting reading fluency, comprehension, and engagement, gives feedback, and do a concurrent monitoring to ensure the performance is meaningful and satisfying for the student and audience members. The teacher circulates among groups, providing encouragement and talking about meaning of the script. Ensure that the group performs. So the good setting for readers theater is the traditional classroom. Now let's go to the vocabulary enrichment. The task is let's find the meanings. Again, the reading material will be used is The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. The procedure for this activity is the students will work in pairs. The teacher will give a soft copy material for the students. The students will answer by deciding which synonym from the word bank has the closest meaning to the underlined word. The soft copy material to be accomplished is shown in the written output. So the students' role for this task, let's find the meanings. Read the excerpt carefully to understand the meaning of the words they will choose. Engage actively to learn new vocabulary and apply it in correct usage. Make a personal connection and partner discussion to help internalize their learning. The teacher's role is use strategies to engage students in word study. Prepare worksheets and ask the students to do the tasks. Encourage autonomy and collaborative teamwork. Ask the students to find new vocabulary from the word bank. The good setting for this task is the traditional classroom. Now, let's go to comprehension. The task is entitled Roll and Tell. The reading material is The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. Why roll and tell? It is the perfect way to practice retelling story elements in an engaging way. Students play a dice game to answer various comprehension questions. The procedures for this task is the teacher will ask a sixth person to go in front. The teacher will explain the mechanics of the game. Each student will roll the dice and answer the corresponding question according to their retail sheet. If the same player rolls a number for a question already answered, he or she rolls again. The retail sheet will look like this. If the dice goes to 1, the question will be at the beginning of the story, while Madame Loisel unhappy with her life. If the dice goes to number 2, the question will be what steps does Madame Loisel take to dress for the party in a way she feels appropriate? If the dice goes to number 3, the question will be what does Monsieur Loisel do to pay for the replacement necklace? If the dice goes to number 4, the question will be what does Madame Loisel learn about the borrowed necklace at the end of the story? If the dice goes on number 5, the question will be what is the surprise ending of the story? And lastly, if the dice goes to number 6, the question will be Choose the character trait to describe Matilde and explain how they are developed in the story. So to conclude, the students' roles and teachers' roles for this activity. The students' roles are read the story with full comprehension, engaging themselves by giving active participation in activity tasks, answer comprehensive questions through critical thinking, build world knowledge through by relating the reading material through life context. Teacher's role is provide the mechanics and materials of the task, motivate all the students to keep them engaged and active in participating the class activity, assess students' comprehensive understanding by asking questions, and a good setting for this activity will be traditional class. Okay, for the conclusion, tasks are designed and developed to improve the learning skills of the students. It gives a sense to provide a practical application and exposure for knowledge, enhancements of skills. The learning tasks are designed to develop learning that supports the discerned learning outcomes. Each task has the potential to provide a combination of information and opportunity to develop specific learning skills. Effective construction of tasks is important to consider which type of tasks are appropriate and will address the preferences of multiple learning styles. In design fluency tasks, the instructor assesses the learner's verbal skills. It develops the fluency through repeated exposure to the reading material. Also, it increases the reading motivation and confidence to improve self-image of the students. In design vocabulary tasks, the instructor tests the vocabulary skills of the student. Through the task developed by the instructor, students able to process and understand the meaning of the passages they read. It develops effective communication style to students which relies on their strong vocabulary foundation. In design comprehension tasks, the instructor able to assess student comprehensive understanding on the reading material. The students eventually understands the meaning and the correct application of words. The, this task methodology develops the knowledge, skills, and experiences of the student to become competent and enthusiastic readers. Upon completion of the design task, facilitators and learners should assess the learning task itself. The results of the assessment should strengthen the development and application of the design. And that would be all. Thank you.